Hello and welcome to Chachi and Friends. It's Monday, May 7th, 2:40 p.m. in Reseda, California, and we are so lucky to have on the phone a friend from my childhood, Jim Bob Sides. Hi, Jim Bob Sides. How are you?
Hey, pretty good, Chachi. How you doing? It's 4:40 there. It's 4:40 here.
Oh my God, isn't it crazy how time zones work? You're in the future.
Yes, I am.
And
it's hot. It's hot as balls in the future.
Jim Bob, where in the for my 200 listeners, where in the world are you?
I am in deep South Texas, McAllen, Texas.
Now, McAllen, Texas is famous for a couple things. We used to be famous for South Padre Island, where people would go to have the craziest spring break they possibly could. But now we're famous for separating kids from their parents while they try to cross the border.
And using them as hogs in a political machine.
Now, Jim Bob, knowing that I'm going to put this on Facebook, what would you say to my friends in South Texas who support Donald Trump? Why do they do that?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm a Republican, but I right now do not associate as a Republican. Although I tend to vote as Republican, but I do not like what's going on. But also I believe that we're just trying to, instead of just starting wars and everything, we should be coming together and trying to figure this out.
Yeah, I agree. I think that South Texas is actually a more Democratic place than Republican place, but a lot of my friends that I grew up with are Republican, and I think and a lot of the people who support Donald Trump are Mexicans, which I don't get.
Well, I can see that as well, because a lot of the Mexicans and Hispanics down here, some of them have become legal in, the legal way. They did it the correct way. They went and got their papers and everything, and it was a long, drawn-out process. Mexico and other countries don't make it easy. Like in America, you can go anywhere and get legal documents, but in Mexico, you have to go to only certain cities, and that might be long travel, long wait, long everything, and also a lot of money. So a lot of the poor people, it's a lot harder.
I have a friend here who's a filmmaker. His name will go unsaid, but it rhymes with Fan Mario.
Okay.
He has had to do. He employs Americans. He runs jobs through the United States. He pays taxes, and every year he's doing it the right way. It is just a nightmare for this guy. I mean, the stories that he's told me, and that the money he's had to spend on lawyers and just jumping through hoops, it sounds completely insane to me.
Yeah. It's just a process that I think all the countries need to. And in fact, the Mayor McAllen was having I guess like a round table with other diplomats from other countries, and the one that stuck out to him the most was Poland, because Poland is also what they call a through state. So immigrants travel through them to get to their initial destination. So the mayor was having like kind of a roundtable discussion to find out what these other through state diplomats, typically try to do for, immigrants seeking asylum or whatever, just kind of help the process go along and doing it in a humane fashion. And so there's things going on, like, to try to figure this process out, but it is I guess I want to say it's kind of like a growing pain right now. We're just trying to figure it out.
Well, Jim Bob, we're coming up on 5 minutes here on the podcast, and we know that everyone only has a 2-minute memory, a 2-minute ability to focus on anything. So we're going to wrap up the podcast. But the one thing I want to know, Jim Bob, is how are we going to make the world a better place?
Love and unity, as 311 always says.
Okay, Jim Bob's finishing up the podcast by quoting 311. I think we all can count on us getting at least 100 listens on this podcast today. Thanks so much for being with us, Jim Bob, and we can't wait for more insights from you in the future.
All right, thanks a lot, buddy.
That's Chachi Fres. Bye!